The coronavirus pandemic has forced many countries to announce a lockdown. Yet in some countries where infections are mounting, life goes on as usual. The negligence of such countries and their citizens has stalled the success of any decisive measures to control the march of the virus globally. Now, in the global fight against COVID-19 pandemic, the world stands together while some countries are under a lockdown to keep the virus at bay. There are others where negligence of citizens is complicating efforts to contain the outbreak. Now, this is Indonesia. Coronavirus infection has claimed over 49 deaths here. Throwing all caution to the wind, commuters carry on with their lives despite the number of infections soaring above 500. Most commuters are office goers. In Malaysia, the situation is equally grim. More than 15 people have died, while the number of infections have soared above 1,500. The government has issued a movement control order, but citizens just won't listen. The police have deployed drones urging citizens to stay home. This is the second week of restrictions, and the army has been called in to enforce the ban. Venezuela has its own unique problems. The coronavirus threat has not stopped the steady stream of Venezuelans crossing borders into Colombia. Now, restrictions on movement are in place in both countries, but this has hardly deterred people from crossing illegally through dangerous back roads. And they are risking their lives to bring food and medicines for their families back home. In Myanmar, panic buying has begun minutes after the country announced the first confirmed case of COVID-19 infection. 2 cases have surfaced, both having a travel history to the UK and the US. Social distancing is nowhere in sight as supermarkets in Yangon are packed. Ignorance about the disease has forced citizens to act negligently, and the government has restricted visitors from the country where the outbreak is serious to tide over any crisis. The country has a decrepit health infrastructure, which should compound Myanmar's worries. And in India, there is a complete lockdown across major cities. Kerala is the state which is worst hit, with the infection count nearing 100. Despite complete lockdown in 7 districts, police here are struggling to get the public support, and concerns of a community outbreak remain strong. And it is in such times even the slightest mistake could spell a disaster.